So we're now going to start the class with our warm-up in standing. If you regularly come to my classes, this will be very familiar to you and what we do most weeks with some different variations. So if you want to find yourself on your mat or if you're at home on a carpet, and just make sure that you're wearing something comfortable in and you're on a non-slip surface. So we're going to start with our feet nice and close together. We're going to make a little V shape with our feet. We then take our feet apart so our feet are directly underneath our hips. And when we do this warm-up in standing, this is where I want you to work. If it feels uncomfortable for you in terms of hips or knees and you feel more comfortable slightly with your feet turned out, please feel free to adopt that position. I'm going to keep my feet pointing nicely forwards. Really important here is when we're standing is that we don't lock your knees out. So just allow the knees to soften so that we're not hanging off the joints and ligaments, putting pressure where we don't need to. So you don't need to be in a full squat, just unlock and release those knees. And that's important to think about general day-to-day wise. So now what we're going to do is close our eyes. So nicely close your eyes for me. Think about lengthening through the spine. So imagine that helium balloon at the top of your head that's drawing you up. And we're just going to waken up some of the senses in our feet. So I just want you just to tip forwards and backwards, taking the weight from your heel through to your forefoot. We're not going up onto our toes. We're just feeling that gentle rocking motion. And this is so we can find the best alignment and the best position to do our warm-up in. Okay, so just keep that movement going. Make sure you're not clawing the floor with your toes, keeping a really nice solid base. Okay, and we're going to start going in small circles. Really important is those knees stay unlocked. We don't lock them out. If you're comfortable, keep those eyes closed so you focus on the sensation and the feelings you're getting through your feet. And swap the direction of that circle, taking the weight to the side of the foot, through the toes, the side, through the heels. Good. Okay. And now make that movement smaller. And I want you to settle nice and even in the middle there. And then open the eyes. Make sure the weight's even on your feet. Make sure the feet aren't rolling inwards. So I want you to think about creating a nice arch in your foot. So making sure you can feel your little toe down, into your middle toes, into your big toes, and some weight in the heels as well. Okay, so we're going to start off warming up from the top, eventually coming down. So helium balloon at the top of your head, growing nice and tall. I'd like you just to turn your head to look over your shoulder to that side. Okay, so we're just feeling a gentle stretch in the neck. So keep the chest and the body pointing forwards. And then we're going to turn to the other side and look over that shoulder. As you do this, make sure your shoulders don't creep up by your ears and you drop them down. Good. Come back to the middle. Couple of shoulder circles backwards. Just start to release any tension there. Just get some gentle movement going. And then we're going to drop our ear towards our shoulder. So I want you to feel a stretch through the side of the neck. So make sure you've got a straight line down for the centre of your body. It's just the head tipping over to the side. Good. This is lovely. And back to the middle. And again, some shoulder circles. Really release. Bring those shoulders up, squeeze together and back. One more. Good. And then just drop again. That ear down to the side. Good. If you want to increase the stretch, you can push that arm away to create that length through the side. You get any tingling in your arm, just let the wrist relax off. Good. And then come back to the middle and just drop your chin to your chest, okay? And just feel the stretch through the back of the head and neck. What you can do is just place the hands on the head. Just let the weight of your hands just stretch the back of the neck. You're not forcing the head down, you're just feeling a stretch. And then slowly and let the hands relax down. Lock the fingers and reach forwards towards me. So I want you to draw your shoulder blades apart round the rib cage. The knees are soft. Good. And then let your fingers unlock and let the arms just swing forwards. Good. Let the head gently turn from side to side, not holding any tension in the neck. And then just roll up through the spine. So as we continue for this warm-up, it's important to remember it's your body, it's your choice. So do what you feel comfortable with and don't force yourself into any stretches. So we'll go to a side mermaid. So you bend the knees and then tip to the side and look along the line of that middle finger. So feel that stretch. Good. And release the neck and look down to the floor. Good. And now slowly lengthen all the way tall. Good. And then release. And same to the other side. Bend the knees and tip and hold the stretch. Good. My knees are hips apart, they're not falling in, remember. Relax the head to the floor and lengthen tall and lower. And we'll go into a side stretch. So bend, take the palm to face and take it over and feel that stretch. If you feel any tension in your neck, just release the head down. And we come out of that real stretch over and bend the knees and back. Palm to face and take it over and hold that stretch. So you're feeling that down through the side here. Again, you can release the neck and come back out. And now we're just going to enjoy the flow of the movement. It's going to add some rotations. Bend, tip. We'll do it slowly to start with. Palm to face. Take it over and pause. Now you're going to drop that arm down. Swap hands at the bottom and circle in front and round. Good. And we'll do the same to the other side. So bend. Look along the line of that middle finger. Palm to face. Take it over. Feel the stretch. And drop. And circle in front. Okay, we're going to speed that up. So just to get the whole of the back moving. That nice flow through. Circle and round. Good. And to the other side. Bend and tip. Palm to face. Over. Drop and round. Good. One more to each side. So bend for that side mermaid. Into that stretch to the side, that reach, and reach the fingertips away from you and open up. Lovely. Last time to the other side. Bend, palm to face, over, reach, and circle round. Fabulous. So we're going to come down. We're going to start doing some nice squats here. So just small drops and back up. So we're just bending through the knees. So we're just warming up slowly that lower part of our body. Breathing in and out. So as we do this, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. And now release the hips and sink down into that parallel squat. So I'm going to come sideways. So I'm sinking and then I'm lengthening through. So what you should find is that as I come up, my ears, my shoulders, my hips, my ankles are in line. Good. Breathing in and out. 2 more. And out. Okay, we're going to go into our foot series here now. So we're going to drop down. I'm keeping my back quite upright here. I'm going onto my toes. I'm making sure my knees don't wobble, keeping control. And I'm going to find some nice length. So I'm going up onto my toes. And I'm then going to lower down. Good. So I'm doing my foot series. Toes, coming up, lengthen. Find that lengthen. This is where you want to get that connection with those core. Good. Here. Toes. Both my hips and my knees are straightening at the same time. I'm finding that length at the end and dropping. So I'll do a couple sideways for you. So we're doing a small squat. We're going on to our toes, keeping the control around our ankles. This is where everything now starts to join in. 2 more. Good. Okay, hopefully you'll find that control. If you're doing it at home, this might be more difficult than when we're in class because you're probably on a carpeted floor. Okay, we're going to reverse it now. So we're going to come up to the top. We're then going to bend the knees. We then drop the heels and back up. So lengthen through. Find that control. Slowly drop, heels down and back up. 2 more. Coming up. Slow drop, keep the control, heels down. Lovely. Last one. Find the control. Let's slow it down. Real slow drop. Try not to claw the floor with your toes. Keep those feet knees hip distance apart. Heels and lengthen. Perfect. So we're going to take ourselves into our plie squat position. So this is where our legs now come wider. our feet need to be turned out. Really important when you go into these plie squats is that the knees don't fold inwards. You keep the knees wide and you should be able to see the inside aspect of your feet as you go down. I want you to keep the body reasonably upright. I don't want you to lean too far forwards, okay? Because we want to try to activate some of the muscles around our bottom, okay? And that's really important for us to warm up there because these muscles provide a lot of support to our pelvis, our hip, and also help in the management of our back as well. So we're going to take a breath in as we go down, breathe out to come up. So as we go. Good. Let's just check our foot position here. So coming down, make sure we can see the inside aspect of our feet. Our knees are turned out, our body's upright, we're lengthened through. And again, breathing in and out. And again. We're going to keep going. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see how much I'm releasing my body forward. So I'm breathing in. So you can see I'm just slightly inclined forwards. Good. 2 more. Good. Last one, and hold it down there for me. Good. And you're going to do small pulses. So if you bring your hands onto your pelvis here, I want you to focus on that pelvis being level. We're warming up through those quads. Good. So you want to feel a little bit of a burn through there. So it's preparing our body for exercise. Good. And come back up. Good. And again, breathing in. Find that pelvis position. Good. Remember, don't let the knees fold inwards. Keep them turned out. As you come up out of any plie squat, when you think about squeezing the muscles in your bottom together, that's really important to start to engage them. And come back up. And again, breathing in. And pulses. Good. Okay, and we're going to get into a side stretch from here. A gentle stretch to that side. Good. You can reach that arm round. Again, similar stretch through. Let's swap position to the other side. Good. And we're going to come back out. Let's bring ourselves back into a nice parallel stance with our feet pointing forwards. And we'll just finish off with a couple of roll downs before we take ourselves down to the floor. So start lengthened, shoulders down. Now we haven't done it at the start of the class today, but really important to think about how you stand. So before we start this, I want you to make sure you're not standing like this and you're not slumped back here. So we can do those pelvic tilts where you tilt forwards and backwards. So remember, you're imagining this is nice and solid between 2 brick walls or something like that. Your pelvis is a bucket of water tipping out the front and then out the back, okay? Everyone's neutral, everyone's position here is going to be different. What's important to think about is you want to find halfway between those 2 extremes. So for me, that's about there, okay? And I'm going to be nice and tall, ears, shoulders, hips, ankles in line. Remember what I talked about with our foot position when we were in standing at the start. So we're going to start a roll down. So relax the shoulders, find that length, think about helium balloon, take a deep breath in and breathe out and start by bringing that chin to the chest and then slowly rolling through each section of our spine. Soften the knees, taking ourselves down. Good. Okay, and take yourself down as far as you feel comfortable to. It's going to be different for all of us, okay? From this position, take a lovely deep breath in and breathe out and slowly start restacking. So tuck that tailbone under, into that lower back, into that mid back. That rib cage comes on top of your pelvis. The shoulder blades come back and down and the head and neck lengthens. And again for us, deep breath in. And breathe out, chin to the chest. Slowly curl down. Let the arms relax. They should hang like a rag doll. Good. And again, take yourself down. Hold it there. Just gently turn the head left and right. Make sure we're not holding undue tension there. Okay, now remember your back and your spine goes bone disc, and we want to think about restacking each of those sections. So slowly peel yourself back up, restack them. Imagine they're building blocks and you're stacking them back on top of each other. Good. And then finish with a couple of shoulder circles. So last 2, breathing in and out. Final one, breathing in and out. Lovely. So we'll take ourselves down to the floor.